Good morning. Hi, this is Eric Lehman, and welcome to today's edition of Morning Has Broken, and I Don't Want to Fix It. I was asked to share a story that just happened recently, and it's just an exciting example of how I get to look at the world and how the world gets to look at me and love me. And I feel like this is a big way of people looking at themselves and just deciding how they really feel about the universe. And the question is, do you believe that the universe is aligning for you or against you? Because I think it could be really a lot of fun if you believe that the universe is just here, wanting your biggest dreams to come true and fully on your side. So I'm just going to share a story about a few days ago what happened when I ran out of gas. And I had a feeling it was going to happen. And as I was driving along, I was approaching a hill, and I realized that my minivan, which has seen better days, was telling me caution. Maybe don't try to go up this hill. So I heeded that listening. That I heard the message, and I just pulled over to the side, which was by the beautiful, beautiful Cayuga Lake. And then at some point, just pretty close to right after I pulled over and stopped the car, this energy hit me that said, wow, this is going to work out perfectly, and I'm curious as to how, and I just got this kind of giddy feeling that said, yay, let's just see what this looks like and how the universe is going to show up. So the first image I saw after I felt that energy was I saw a crew that was doing landscaping 100 yards away. So I ran up to that crew, and I said, do you have any gas? And they said, we have tons of gas, but it's all mixed with oil. So none of it would work in my vehicle. So I just said, wow, well, that's an interesting, point along this adventure. What else could happen? So then, I asked a few residents on the lake, if they had any gas. And people offered gas cans like you wouldn't believe. However, none of the gas cans had gas in them. So I was just like, that doesn't really feel as though it would help. So I ran about another 200-300 yards, and I started hitchhiking, thinking, oh, maybe I can just hitchhike back to my house. I've got a gas can there. Then I'll hitchhike or bike ride back down the hill and see what could happen on that end. And so as I'm doing that, I realize that I'm hitchhiking on a curvy part of the road that is just not good for people stopping. So I ran past that curve, and what do I see? But lo and behold, a gas can, a totally empty, abandoned gas can that just said, almost with a sign on it that said, pick me up. So I did. I just picked it up, and then I put my thumb out, and no sooner do I put my thumb out with the gas can than, like, I don't know, 2-3 minutes later, someone came by, actually in the opposite direction, just rolled down his window and said, did you run out of gas? And I'm like, yeah, I totally ran out of gas. And he had me come into his car, and literally from that point on, I was just laughing with the universe, saying, yay, this is fun, because God gets to show up in a guy named Joel. So here's how the rest of the story unfolded, just to let you know how, like, blessed and kind of beautiful this life can be. He drove me to my house where my gas can was, and then he drove me back to my vehicle. And then, because he noticed that his hands were dirtier than mine, and that I was on my way to visit with my kids, and that I might not have time to wash up after messing with the gas, he proceeded to take my gas can and fill my car with the gas. And then he just made sure he waited to see if my car would start. And then, he just bid me farewell and went off to, from what he said he was about to do, go drink beers with his friends on the lake. So it's just, I just feel like sharing that story to just share the lighter side of of manifestation, because I mean, I feel like manifestation, sometimes people just say, oh, it's, you got to save laws of attraction and like your, powers for manifestation for the big stuff. And then like, when things like this happen, um, do that on your own. But I mean, I just feel like it was a really, really fun example of just letting the universe show up and observing the greatness and the simplicity of what it means to let the universe in and to let the universe help and show up, and almost expecting it to, and just kind of giggling along the way, saying, "Oh, cool, a gas can. Oh, God in the form of a guy named Joel, just showing generosity and just sharing himself and letting, me be his project for a little bit." And how great is that? Because I think the one thing that I know he got was the gift of feeling generosity. And I feel like that's something many of us could have more of in our lives, just what it means to give and to just be there for someone. It's a powerful, powerful thing. And I think sometimes when we're on our paths and we think we've got to make something happen, we don't make time for generosity, and that's our loss. It really is, So in a way, when you open yourself up and you surrender to the universe and you allow other people to serve you and be generous on your behalf, it's an amazing opportunity. So I'm sharing that with you because I believe that, again, morning has broken and I don't want to fix it. Everything that happens for a reason, and I was able to forge a connection with a guy named Joel because I ran out of gas. And I have one more, relationship, one more being in my life that I know I care about and cares about me. And how cool is that? So I'm just sharing that. I wish you all the best, and I know that the best is heading your way. And I love you all. Have a great day. Bye-bye.